All right, so this is Greg here from Invest Formosa, and most of you people that sort of know who we are, we are an entity that or a company from Taiwan, and one of our one of our focuses is that we give information. We sort of do research information for geopolitical and also economy. But there's other things we do. We sort of help people sort of come to Taiwan and get set up with their family. Everyone knows that there's an economic collapse, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. I've done some articles about India, and I've had one article up, and I keep putting articles up. And today, I promised some people that I would bring my good friend. His name's Addy. He's from India, and
Thank you, Greg.
yeah, well, thank you. You're welcome. And you and I have been talking for quite a while about this, and you've been really giving me a lot of insight. And one of the reasons, or one of the things you've been able to do, is because your family's still in India, and you've got a very interesting perspective because your father runs a business. Now, are you guys upper middle class, lower middle? How do you?
I would say anywhere between upper middle and middle class.
Oh, okay, upper middle class.
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked you a question a while ago because I've been reading a lot of articles. You have too.
Yes.
And they've been talking about the Indian rupee, where they've been removing the old 500 and the 1000, and they're replacing it with a new 500, a new 2000, and apparently they want to stop this black money.
Yeah.
And people have been saying, "Oh my gosh, India is going cashless."
Right.
Okay.
Let me stop.
So you didn't laugh at me too hard. Okay, go.
No, when people say that India is going cashless, I think they have never ever been to India, or they don't know how India works.
Okay.
So, I would tell you, like, let's go to India.
Okay, so we're in India.
We're in India just for 1 day trip, okay?
Okay.
And then you be the judge if India can go cashless. Pick up any city. So Delhi, being Mumbai, being Chennai, being Calcutta. They are the 4 biggest cities of India.
Okay.
And then we take a ride. We hire a taxi driver and say, just take to the road where your nose leads. Okay, so just keep going straight.
So we
Don't
leave
stop.
Delhi, leave a city like Delhi,
Delhi,
and go
and
to the
just
country.
keep going.
Okay.
So the first about 100 kilometers, you will see the big city. You will see BMWs. If you're lucky, you will see Ferraris, Lamborghinis. You will see Hayabusas, Hondas. 1000cc motorbikes. You will see the hustle and bustle of the city. People running here and there. You will see the MRTs. The exact same you can see in Taipei, and you will be like, Eddie, this is no difference. Why did you bring me to India? And
Okay.
then after 100 kilometers, you go, and then suddenly you reach our countryside, and you will see the farmlands. And no matter where you are in India, there is a mountain range or some sort somewhere. And you could reach to places, depending on the city and what direction you are going, to many areas in India, which I would say about 20% of India is still like that, where they have poor electricity, they probably have very poor roads. People still live a very simple life. If you go and ask them if there is, if they had a bank account, they will first ask you, what's a bank? Or what's an account? What is it called?
Okay.
So, and then when you hit that, I think you will get your answer. And you will just say, Eddie, let's go back. I've got my answer. Because for India to become cashless, you need people to know what's a bank, how it works, and to have a bank account.
So never mind having electricity and machines to track.
There is no bank
Okay.
in that village. or in that area. There is no bank because it's not profitable for a bank to be there because they won't have any customers.
Okay. And they just don't manage.
But don't think that those guys are poor. Please don't think those guys are poor. They might not have cash, but if you shake them, gold and silver will just
fall on the ground.
On the ground.
Oh,
If you can go to their huts. They still don't have a concrete house. You could go to their huts, and they still have copper pots, silver plates, silver glasses.
Jeez, don't be saying this too loudly because the people here will think that, oh my God.
They'll definitely have a lot of jewelry on them.
Okay.
And just that jewelry will be worth. And that's how the Indians think. Because when you have cash, those people, for them, it's the biggest asset is either land, gold, or silver.
Okay.
Silver is actually not a precious metal in India.
You were telling me that before. I find that a little bit surprising.
Because it's a day-to-day metal. Like we gift it. When someone has a daughter or a son, we have always a little plate, a cup, a straw made of silver, and a little spoon and a little fork. And it's a set. You can just go to any jewelry shop and just say, I've had a friend had a newborn baby. I want to gift them, and they'll show you an array of all silver things that you could give them.
Well, you showed me that too. Your parents sent you what, 6 cups?
Yeah,
4
6 cups and
6 silver cups.
Yeah, and in my house, even when the guests come, we give them water in the silver cups, and we ourselves drink water in the silver cups. So it's nothing new. But like silver isn't like people won't break into houses to steal silver.
Well, I mean, people in America and most of they don't even know what silver is.
Right. So okay. So that's answer. Like I think you probably got your answer. Like India cannot go cashless.
Okay, but like let's say when you're talking about going out to the countryside, like what percentage of people like now we know that there's a lot of poverty, poor. Now that doesn't really include that. You're just talking about from the city. Going out to the countryside, people that have houses and homes and land, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the rest would be like, we're talking...
So I would say like 20% is still underdeveloped India. It's like raw lands.
Okay.
Then you have, it's the same as a economic class. You have the lower middle class, the middle class, the upper middle class. In the same way, our villages, one is underdeveloped, a very well developed village, which will be right near to the city, and then you have the outer city and an inner city, and that inner city is the most, that's where all the banks are, everything's happening, people are running here and there, it's the same as any city.
Yes.
Like I lived in England, you know that, and
that's right. You've been in London for quite a while.
Yeah, it's nothing different. It's just that the people are, the skin is different. People look different.
Different culture, different.
Maybe in India people speak with a shaky head, with a different accent of English, which is nothing wrong. It's just that, but it's there.
Yes.
But it's exactly the same. When you see if you see from a macro view, exactly the same things are happening in London, and the same things are happening in the central Delhi and central Mumbai. Mumbai is a financial capital.
Yes.
More finance happens in Mumbai than Delhi actually. Delhi is more of a political capital.
Mumbai is by Bombay.
Bombay, yes.
That's okay.
So basically our financial capital, that's where our stock markets and everything. So if you go to that stock market, it's the same as if you were in England. So exactly the same things happen. People shouting over the phone and the stock market.
Exactly.
This is how it works.
Well, okay, so let's say, so you're saying is exactly what I've been saying from reading articles, and also, so you're saying that when you heard that India is going cashless, you started to...
No, it's impossible.
It's impossible. That's what I said.
Possible. It is possible probably 500 years from now.
I was saying 30 to 50 with technology move, but you're saying it'd even take longer than that.
Because... it's a big country.
Yeah, there's 1.3
Like we live
billion.
in Taiwan right now.
That's right.
My state, only my state, is 4 times the size of Taiwan. And we have 32 of those states.
Yeah, for sure.
And if Taiwan being a small country, even they cannot regulate and have every law and order placed in such a little, in a little island like that, imagine the size of India.
Yeah,
And then there are forests. Like if you go to the complete east, they cannot even make a road there because the conditions. Meghalaya is the world's highest rainfall happens there.
Okay.
Okay, so it's so much, and people still live there. They live on a tree.
Live on like in a tree
They
house?
make a house on the tree because the land is too mushy.
Oh, like a boggy or something.
Yeah, so they have to elevate their houses. And there are people there, and you think they're gonna go to a bank or they're gonna pay by credit card, or they're gonna use a
Well,
debit
that's
card.
another thing, like a credit card, like they're talking about India. They're saying that Modi's trying to force everyone on a like electronic credit system, and using credit cards. And listen to this.
I don't know where people
Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Oh.
I have no idea where people have good imagination. I really think when I hear this, I'm like, yeah, like there are Hollywood movies like Transformers and Aliens, and it's nothing different than that. It's exactly the same thing. It's a person's imagination.
Yeah, I think so. And like when you read nowadays, I mean, there's so much crazy news, and even these articles, they really like. I think some of these articles, they sort of like they tell these kinds of stories. They don't really look at the information, but they don't even really think the reality and common sense of what's going on, especially if they haven't been to India.
That's the thing. If you haven't been to India, there is one media that shows the poverty in India, and people are still running around in their underpants and no shoes or anything, and they are still riding a bullock or a horse or something.
Okay.
And things like that. And then there is another one that shows India as a financial capital, and it's like this, and like modern city and everything. So it depends on what you have seen.
Okay, well listen.
But if you haven't been there, you don't know. It's a balance.
Yes. Okay, well what I want to do is, because I know we're going to be speaking, this is sort of like part one for all you listeners out there. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to stop and we're going to talk about, basically we're going to be talking about this black money, and we're going to be talking about how black money moves in India. So we're going to cut this short, and then we're going to go right into part two.
Okay.
So thank you very much.